Hello, 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 hello. Does this pick it up? This is a really quick test, don't mind me. Oh, that's so cool. This is really hard to. Because I'm trying to listen to it at the same time. It finally captures into OBS though. This is really hard though because I'm trying to listen to it. I'm getting confused. Uh, it's because there's the echo because I'm trying to listen to myself play and actually play at the same time, so it's on a 3 second delay, which is tilting me really hard. All right, I just need to I need to listen to both at once, or I need to wait for this instrument. Actually, if I just turn it down here, does this get quieter? It's like playing a rondo, except I can't even hear myself. Like if I put on my headphones and then turn this off, then it's okay. Oh my god, my cord. Anyways, how much time do I have? I have 3 minutes until I actually need to start working. How do I capture other stuff? I need to have like a better background. Maybe like I should look into creating a real overlay one of these days. I don't know. Maybe that would be helpful. What does OBS display with? What's the capture radius for OBS? OBS screen size. What's the window size? Is it 16 by 9? Is it in, where is it? Oh, hello, hello. Oh, hello, insectful. Can you hear this? Can you hear this? Oh, hello, Moyak. Oh, baby, it works. Not just for me. All right. I think we're gonna get started in a little bit. I was just testing some stuff on my end at the very start, since I don't really have a getting started view. Uh, I was trying to make something really quick, but then I got distracted because I wanted to see if OBS could actually pick up my guitar this time, because I've got my guitar hooked straight into my audio box, which is arguably a bad thing. Might be a good thing. I don't know. It does mean I cannot separate out my audio streams. That's yours. Yes, that's me. Oh. Oh, geez. Oh, jeez. All right, but I think I'm over time. Oh, I'm exactly on time. Do people really use Nim for Godot? Yes. There is. Let me see if I can find Juan Carlos Capo? Carlos Capo? Something like that? Nim. Hopefully I can just kind of find. Is there anything you can't do? I cannot do. There's a few things I can't do. I can't dance. I'm very bad at dancing. Oh. Oh no. Hold on. I'm finding the Nim guy for you, Motyak. But there is a guy who does Nim. And he sometimes streams it, but I'm not sure. He's sometimes in chat, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, but I can't dance. This is his GitHub. I don't know if he wants me to like out him like this, but if he's in chat, he's welcome to peep his Nim stuff. Let's start programming. Let's start programming. Just very carefully move my guitar over to the side. I can only use my guitar and my mic when my... Wait, there's gonna be a loud pop. Maybe there wasn't a loud pop. Give me one sec. I need to raise my desk. I got distracted. So why is it so hot in my apartment? Yes, I suppose if you want to hear more music, you better hope I start my streams early. I try to maintain a consistent start and end schedule, and that is why I always start late. I realize that makes no sense. Hello, hello. All right, chroma keyed. All right, we're back. Back to the world of the streaming. Now with 100% less guitar. Hello, hello. Still alive, right? Okay. So what we're gonna do is work on a game today. Don't really feel like working on the face tracker because I did put in a lot of time on that. You know, face tracker recently had a release 0.70. No, wait. 0.7.0, but that's neither here nor there. So this game, as you might have seen from the title, is a kind of a skill rotation oriented game. So most games have a skill rotation as kind of like a secondary mechanic. I can't play this on stream. I also cannot play this on stream. I can play this on stream. Oh, geez. Also need to pipe this into the correct audio thing. Just all over the place. Oh, God. Now it's so loud. Okay. But yeah, this is the wrong one. Let's get out of this. Bum bum bum. This is it. Party rotation sharp. I was looking into OSU, the OSU game framework, because I didn't know this, but oh, everything is just gone. Yeah, but OSU is made using OpenTK, I think, which is crazy. I didn't realize that. I thought OSU was like a Unity thing, but it turns out they just kind of rolled their own implementation, their own renderer, more or less. Not really their own renderer. OpenTK is the renderer. But in terms of like framework, they kind of rolled their own, which is neat. So what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to change how everything looks. So let's see. This needs to be boom boom circle shape. Looks good. This needs to move up. So sprite base. There, sprite base is there. Torso actually needs to move up like so. Yeah, so previously, the last iteration of this used, I guess just pixel art, but which kind of just messing around with cutout animations in my free time, and decided that I like the look of cutout animations more. So let's give that a shot. Since this is actually what it looks like, it doesn't look too bad. Pixel fart, gross. Your farts are pixelated, you should probably see a doctor, but I'm also not a medical professional. Bonk. A bonk to you as well, sir. Where are you? Get sent. Yeah, I think this looks okay. This doesn't use any bones at all. This is just cutout animation, which is really it's pretty neat in my opinion. I do love me some cutout animation. So one of the things that we need to do first is move everything slightly up so that it's kind of aligned like that. Let me see. Something like that. Art. What is that? That's a 6-letter word. Arts. Is it whores? What did you say? Negative. All right, so this needs to be negative 120, by the way. So let's just keyframe that, please. And this also needs to be keyframed at negative 120. So keyframe that. Okay, cool. Have kind of a sway. Bonk. Please no bonking in chat, please. Only consensual bonking. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. This needs to be negative 120. Oh no, okay. I forgot I did this. So all these values need to be negative 120. And this one needs to be, oh no. Where's the torso? Bjonk. Who's that, is it Bjork? Who's that? I think Beyonce looks like one of those artists that was popular back when I was still in like grade school. What was her name? Is it Bjork or something? It kind of looks like how you use that umlaut. Bjork. It is Bjork. Yeah. Who the heck is Bjork? You're not familiar with acclaimed Icelandic artist Bjork? This is not how I remember them looking though. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, see? Oh yeah, that's why it reminded me of it actually. It's pretty much the same thing that you typed out, except it's missing half of the N to make an R. Bjork. Yeah. Anyways, look at that. I think that looks neat. Or at least it's better than what I had before, which is, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Now we just need to scoot everything up a little bit. There we go. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, so you have your kind of just your basic walking animation. Could use a little bit more tweening on some of the animations, but it's good enough for now, right? Yeah. Oh geez. And then when I click off screen, the animation gets really choppy. It goes down to the slideshow levels. I love looking at slideshows. Life is sad. Life is strange. How are you doing today, Insect Lol? Why is your life sad? I suppose it's better that your life is sad rather than your life just being hard. Could be hard and sad, I guess. Let's see. There's a few things I need to do still, since I did kind of rip out this graphic here from one of my other projects. But it is nicer. It is nicer. It is, well, it's not nicer. It's easier to use for less work for me. What is this? Some anime stuff. Anime in my chat. That's a paddling. 100%. Abstract unit. Let's drag this over here. Alright, so this is no longer like a sprite. This is now a protected node 2D sprite base. And sprite base as in it's the kind of the root sprite. So for all units, they'll have a sprite base, which I think makes sense. Not anime, baka. It looks to me like that emote has cat ears. So if that's not anime, then I don't know what is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, if you're into anime, that's fine. You know, I saw a thing on Reddit just now that among the Swedish population, the regions that prefer watching hentai more were also the regions that were more affected by nuclear fallout from Chernobyl. So I'm not saying that there's that there's a correlation, but what I am saying is that you might be a mutant. Wanna shave your liver with a rusty saw? You know, honestly, that might be a good thing. My liver is probably not in great shape. I'll be honest with you. My liver is probably not in the prime of its life right now, so that might be a good thing. Alright, so this is Sprite. And then we don't... Do you drink? Yes. Oh yeah. Probably drink a bit too much, to be honest. Well, you know, so it goes. So it goes. Let's see. I just need access to this one field, but you can't do this. Yeah, you can't just do that. What is your favorite? Yeah, I no longer drink beer all that much. Now I'm more of a whatchamacallit. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Don't drink beer, more into liquor. I drink mostly bourbon and gin. So I've got a little thing of Angel's Envy on me right now. So, you know, that's pretty good. What is your favorite? Do you drink, or are you of age to be consuming alcoholic beverages to more or less intentionally poison yourself? It's a bad habit, right? I acknowledge that, definitely. But you know, back when I traveled for work, you know, spent a lot of time in airports. And so there's only a few things that you can do in airports. One of them is talking to other people, but you should not be doing that. No one wants to be talked to in an airport. 2, you could take a nap, but that means that you may miss your flights. Number 3, you could read a book, but I'm not a nerd. Number 4, you could drink at the airport bar on a company tab. So that's what I did. Let's see if this breaks. Sometimes this breaks. Looking real sus. Oh geez. Looking real suspect right now. Errors. Animation not found. Move. What was it called? Oh, okay. Let's hold on. Ages shuba. So you're actually typing out that word multiple times. Interesting. I would not have guessed it. TBH. Oh, this is M-1. Okay, hold on. This needs to be party, rotations, entities, players. Yeah. And so this one has... Unit animations. Oh, okay. Party rotations. Let's call this one. Yeah, I guess there's really only. Let's do. Let's just add a few. So there's idle for sure. There is no none animation. I don't have a down one yet, but I can make one. Yeah, so we're gonna get rid of move, and we'll add walk, and then run. Right. So now we need to get rid of move. That's going to be kind of a pain. We'll also get rid of humanoid animations there. But yeah. When I was back in school, university, used to drink just a ton of Bud Light though. Which is, you know, something more water. What's the what's the American beer joke? It's like, I don't know. I have new use for a Saiyan that can't move. What? Beer is disgusting? Well, it depends, right? If you're drinking like a Pilsner, which is what, Bud Light, Miller Lite, Heineken. Well, Heineken's not a Pilsner actually, but any of the ones that barely taste like anything, those are basically water. Now, if you want to drink a tasty beer, you should drink. I would recommend a sour, perhaps a Gose. Those are pretty good. Red ale, not bad, not bad. I mean, there's a lot, right? There's a lot. No, there's sake. Sake. Yeah, sake is all right. Sake is all right. It's just rice wine, I guess. I've never had a hot sake though. I've only drank chilled. And I'm a big fan of sake. Big fan of sake, I guess. If you gave me a choice between like a sake and a gin, I'd probably take the gin. Rice is weird. Well, you can. Well, I mean, that's the interesting part, is that you can ferment pretty much anything. So, let's see. Next animation. What do I set in next animation? This needs to be run. Yes. Yeah, like, isn't it like you can ferment like pretty much any fruit, or even things that aren't fruit, as long as you have like a yeast culture, right? That's how they make. Oh, you know what's good? What's the Nordic one? It's the mead. Mead is good, not weed. That's illegal where I am. But mead, M-E-A-D, big fan. Highly recommend mead. Weed? Absolutely not. No, I don't touch that stuff anymore. CBD, very good. I don't know. I think I've mentioned it before, but I don't really get anything out of consuming the devil's lettuce, as they say. It's not really my thing. Why can't I see any of these guys, by the way? So I should be loading in this. Yeah. And then they just kind of disappear? Like they're kind of visible somewhere. I can see their little little health bars, but they don't really go anywhere. CBD seems to calm me down. It's not hallucinogenic. Yeah, it's just it's supposed to yeah, as you said, calm you down. Not a fan though. I'm already like pretty calm. I don't really need to be calmed down all that much. And that's what alcohol is good for. It can relieve pain. Well, I suppose it's a good thing I'm not in a large amount of pain on the daily. Yeah, I do count myself lucky that I, for whatever reason, am in good enough shape that I like I don't really need to go to the doctor all that often. I think the last time I went to the doctor, they were just like, you need to cut down on your drinking. I was like, yeah, I know. I know. I have 3 shots of Irish liquor. All right, give it to me straight. Was it Jameson? You don't need to. Or was it Jameson or was it Bailey's? That's really only your 2 options for Irish liquor that most people are aware of. I don't remember the brand. It was probably Jameson then, if you can't remember it. Because I'm pretty sure, like, if you were buying like Glenlivet or something like that, you would know. Since Glenlivet is expensive. Yeah, you're drinking like a Jameson. That's like bottom of the shelf. 3 shots and I was getting dizzy. Nah, man, that's where you messed up. You're not supposed to take shots anymore. Once you're out of your teens, no more shots. Well, you didn't hear me say that, but why isn't this displaying, by the way? There's also 6 references to. Oh, this is an enemy state. Let's just get rid of this. Just wait for it to break. Here, so this needs to be run. Well, we'll call it. Yeah, we'll call it run. We'll call it run. Well, let's call it walk. My mom's boyfriend gave it to me on game night. Oh baby. Yeah, it was probably Jameson. I'd have to assume. Because most people I mean, I'm assuming that you aren't of age yet, so I won't out you. But if you're giving alcohol to, I guess, someone who doesn't usually drink, it doesn't really matter what you give them. It's all gonna taste the same, right? So, you know, the cheaper the liquor, I guess the more encouraged you are to take it as a shot. Yeah, shots are gross though. I hate taking shots. No, just give me like a give me like a, what is it? It's a fifth of whiskey, either on the rocks, aka with ice, or just give it to me straight. It does burn? No. Well, the nicer the liquor, the less it burns, right? It's called Proper 12. I've never heard of that. Proper 12. Proper 12. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's this one. I've seen this one before. This isn't really bottom shelf. It's actually a nice one. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the. Yeah, Jameson is cheaper. Yeah. Isn't like Irish whiskey is just regular whiskey, and then you can buy it like in different malts. I don't really know what malts mean, but I do know that there's like single malts. I think Glenlivet single malts tasted good to me. Wow, though. I remember that there was one time during one of my friends' graduation parties, they, you know, they bought like a case of Jameson, and they were just walking around with it, and they're like, "Hey, take a shot with me." And I was like, "What do you mean take a shot?" you just, you know, bottoms up, and he just started drinking straight from the bottle, and they gave it to me, and I was like, okay. And that was the night that I just like emptied out my stomach like twice. Because I was like, I felt it. I was like, I'm about to die, so I need to, I need to upchuck. Yeah, 40%. 40%'s not bad. 40%'s not bad. Yeah, that's only it's 80 proof. You know, you start getting into real man hours once you get up to 180 proof, aka Everclear. Now that's some stuff. That's some stuff, for sure. Also, why does the animation break? Or is it because this needs to be like inherited from another scene? So let's call this, I don't know, player spearman. And then we'll modify this later, I guess. What's your problem? Alright, player spearman. Very good. I also had a wine. Very good. You know how you say wine in Japanese? Go on, take a guess. Take a guess. I drank a whole bottle and 2 beers? Was it like a red wine, or was it like white wine? Like a whole bottle of red wine? Especially like a strong red wine, like a Cabernet Sauvignon, or perhaps a Merlot. That's a lot of wine. Especially if you just drank it by yourself in like an hour or 2. That's a lot of wine. And I don't know about the 2 beers. Yeah, I think you can find really strong beers if you're looking for it. Right, so if you're drinking like a I don't know. If you're drinking a I'm trying to think of what you might be drinking. Like I don't know, so like any sort of imperial stout, let's say. I mean, you're gonna have a bad time. Japanese wine is called wine. Called rose. Oh, you drank a rosé. The rosé is like a white wine. That's a very light kind of wine. That's like 10% max, maybe 12. Get out of here with that weak stuff. White wine, yes. You know, that's... I'm not gonna say what we used to call it in college. That's probably no longer very PC to say. So I will abstain from saying it out loud. This is weird though. Why do I lose the image afterwards? Well, maybe I'm Ron. Hello, Ron. Ron Weasley? I have broken something, by the way. Is this something that has to do with high DPI? Maybe. Snoop, 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 Snoop. I'm Ron Weasley. You know what I'm talking about? It's a Harry Potter puppet show. If you're of age, you might know that kind of classic. But yeah, a rose. I think it's not called a rose wine. It's called a rosé. But I might be wrong. Yeah, I mean those are tasty. Those are tasty for sure. I've always thought of those as more like wine coolers. What? Yeah. You know the Harry Potter puppet show? Harry Potter puppet show. Puppet pals. Harry Potter puppet pals. Yeah. You know this one? Snape, 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 Snape. Yeah, that's what this one is. This is I told you it was vintage. This is 2007. We should Google this. There's some good stuff right there. Let's see. So this should work though, because I'm not getting any runtime errors, I don't think. Or am I getting runtime errors? No. I think that's fine. This looks okay. Huh. So why am I not able to see it then? Is it because they're all being like instantly Y sorted? I don't think that's it. So we can play it again. Look at the remotes. We don't really need a palette swapper anymore. So you have various player things. Are they just not visible? What's going on? So we move you over here. Zia's relative, sure. Let's toggle you on and off. Where's it going? Where is it going? Is it because of some other stuff I was doing in the app manager? So, for example, I no longer need to use current mouse position. I can just use your real mouse position. And so I'll need to set this, not in the combat screen, right? Yeah. It'll need to be... Which one of these? Is it abstract screen? No. Main display? You're kawaii quack quack. Kawaii desu ne. I think most of these I don't need. Yeah. So it's player. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why nothing is displaying correctly. It's almost certainly something I was doing. Something like that. Let's see. Okay, global mouse position. So we can use this and we can get rid of pretty much all of this stuff. So all this stuff that kind of calculates screen change stuff. So we can get rid of on-screen resize. Goodbye. Say goodbye to this process function as well. No longer need this stuff. Although I probably should keep it. I guess we'll just figure it out later. We'll just figure it out later. And then current mouse position, we no longer need to query this. So we can start running from here. If I can find it. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, you can kind of see the various things open up. Let's see. Time to get ahead in class so I don't have to worry about completing stuff. Oh, baby. That's always a good feeling to have. Definitely better than I was when I was in school. I think I was more of the... I was more of the put everything off until the last second kind of guy. Huh. What's going on here? I wonder if I just take them out of the Y sort, if it'll just work. Huh. So movement, I don't care. Skills, I know those work as well. And then there's a few other things I'll need to change, like attacks. So, for example, spear thrust. Yeah, spear thrust is just wrong. So let's get rid of this. Goodbye. So attacks.png. Wait, what did I do? I didn't change these, did I? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's fix the dependencies. This needs to go to assets, entities, attacks. This one. Yeah. And so now you have just a very, very small thing there. Okay, so spear thrust, we can get rid of that. Let's just delete. We'll keep spear thrust, but we'll need to change it later to just use like a regular sprite. It's really hot. Okay, so abstract player unit. I don't know. Collision? These shouldn't be colliding with each other? Or, oh, you know what? Are they actually colliding with each other? They might be. They might be. Oh no. Is it what I think it is? So they're all... Let's see. Let's put them all on layer 2. Let's put them on layer 2. But then they'll listen for collisions on layer 1. So they won't collide with each other. I think that might be what is happening. Nope. Let's also make the collision shape bigger. I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing at this point. So that looks about right. 45, let's make it 50, why not? So it's a bit more indicative of their actual collision blocks. Visual collision shapes, and let's see. Where is it? So yeah, I can see them. The sprites are just missing for some reason. Huh. Ha ha ha. Sprite base. Z index. I don't know. Put them on a Z index of 2. Are they just... That's the only thing I can think of, is that they're displaying behind other things. And also that they're too close together, I guess. I guess? I'm trying to think. What else could it be? What else could it be? Alright, so let's try this. We'll just add these characters straight to the whatever, right? And then they should just spawn in and not do anything, I guess. Well, what happens if I do this? Will it just crash immediately? No, it goes away. Huh. What happened? Huh. What happened? So I'm able to play these, right? Because you can kind of see here that run, that just works. Huh. Health bar doesn't matter, right? It is somewhat useful to be able to see it, but how exactly it works, eh. Let's make it bigger though. I don't know. 8. What does 8 give me? What does 16 give me? 32. Is this centered? Give it negative 16, I guess. Yeah, it's more or less centered. Percent off, something like that. This doesn't help me at all, but it's just nice to have. A teeny tiny health bar. Let's see, health bar. 64. Yeah, something like that. And we can move it on the x-axis, so this needs to be 32. And then probably like 128, right? Yeah, 128, and then this needs to be negative 64 to be censored. That's a bit too high though. Just make it 100, and then we'll put it at negative 50 to censor it. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. This does not help whatsoever though, because it needs to propagate. And it's not propagating for some reason. So it propagates to this unit, and then player spearman, it did not propagate to. So there's something wrong with this, I think. So I don't know, let's just delete it and create a new one. When in doubt, just create a new one. Yeah. Player spearman. Just organize my desk and it feels amazing. That's how I feel. That's how I read that in my head when you space out letters like that. Amazing. Why are we talking like this? Oh, very nice. It's been a little bit since I've properly organized my desk. So this is, it's like simultaneously correct and incorrect, which is just not a great feeling. So why aren't these displaying? Let's create a test screen really quick. Yeah, I think I somewhat recently organized my desk, and now it's just I think it looks a lot better now. In that now I've just pushed all of like the random like desk toys I have off to the right side, and now, you know, I've tied some cables together, so now there's just not everything is everywhere. Very nice. So abstract screen. Let's call this a test screen. Save. Test screen. Overwrite. Yes. Send me. Abstract screen. I think we don't want this kind of background anymore. Yeah. But we'll keep it. So let's add a spearman. Player spearman. Yeah, see, this is wrong. Why does this look like that? And it looks like that because it's displaying behind several things, which is weird. So we Y sort it. It still displays behind it? Now that's weird. That's weird. Hold on, I think I've made a mistake somewhere. Okay, so in this thing here, what are your Z indices? It's your lower legs, right? That are, yeah. So this has a Z index of -2. Is that why? No, that can't be it. That can't be it. So even if I guess put this on a different Z layer. Can I even put this on a different Z layer? If if I put this on a higher Z layer, I guess. Right? And then I guess I just run this. Yeah, what the heck? It just displays behind everything. What's up with that? It's starting to get to the point where I'm very strongly considering just starting over. But I don't want to start over. I want to figure out why this isn't working. Alright, so this is our test screen. Player Spearman, sprite base. Let me see. Where are you? So no torso. That's I'll call that incorrect, but maybe I'm just crazy. It's also moving very rapidly. I'm humming and hawing because I'm very confused right now. I'm still here, don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I was not worried. I was not worried about you being worried. Let's see. Don't worry. I'm just rolling things around in my head. Because, see, logically this doesn't make sense. Logically this doesn't make sense. Right. I can put this anywhere I want. But whenever it starts playing the animation, it just goes invisible? Huh? What's going on? So we look at the code again. Abstract player unit, physics process. The spacing is, split spacing is equal to unit spacing. If it's current, then your spacing is your minimum move distance. Yeah. Alright. I guess it doesn't matter at this one. I'm very confused. I don't know. Let's just create a new scene. We'll call this test screen. This will be our new test screen. Goodbye, old test screen. This will not be based off of any other existing node. Add a camera 2D. So we'll just create it more or less from scratch. And let's see if I can replicate it. So this is player Spearman. Yeah, so if I run this scene, right? I should just see it, but I can't. I did peek in the corner there and I did see that nothing was displaying. Oh no, there is something displaying. Huh. What? Interesting. And then if I move you off to the side, does it go away? Yeah, it goes away once it starts trying to move towards the center. What's going on? Yeah, it's not moving anymore. It is playing an animation, but that's as expected, I guess. It is still playing an animation. That's weird. That's weird. Why does that happen? And if we go into here, I mean, we can, you know, of course, play through all of these animations, and they all work. And then reset doesn't do anything, which is, you know, that's good. So there's something I'm doing in one of the scripts. What does the output say? That's just the debugger stuff. I don't care. Abstract unit. Okay, now I just need to go through every single thing. Health bar, we're barely using it. Don't care. Sprite base. Oh, is it the scale? Is it the scaling? Please don't be the scaling. Oh, it is the scaling. I'm so mad. Okay, so this needs to be vector to 1, 0. Okay. And then this needs to be new vector to -1, 0. One of these. And so I do need to make this a read-only variable. So this is protected, read-only, vector 2, face right, which is equal to a new vector 2, 1f, 0f. And similarly, this is a protected read-only vector 2, face left, new vector 2, -1f, 0f. Yeah. No, wait. 1f, 1f. Yeah. Not 0f. If you have a scale of 0, you just disappear. That's why they're not visible anymore. Yeah. And also, I found this out, but you're supposed to use just regular Pascal case for constants in C#. It's a bit weird to me, but I guess that's how you do it. Min, move, distance. So now we need to change this. All right. So hopefully everything should be solved. That's one of the only things I had to. No. I thought that was it for sure. Oh wait, because okay, I didn't actually change it. That's why. Good job, me. Face right. Face left. Yeah. Okay. Now you just have like a big bunch of like a little conga line of units. Yeah, I think something that might be nice is shrinking these down. Yeah. Might be a good thing to do. But where do I shrink these down, or do I just zoom the camera out instead? We can keep the background on. What if we do 2, 2? Right, so we keep the unit scale at 1. Okay. So this is, yeah, if we keep the camera scale at 2, then we'll have an okay unit scaling. The background is still kind of messed up, but that's fine, I guess. Layouts. I don't think I can do anchor points. Yeah, I need to, I guess, manually stretch it out. Like so. So the camera doesn't move. That's fine. I think I do need to go to here and keep aspect ratio, I guess. No. I think well, we'll still run into the same problems. It needs to be expand, and then I need to have a solution for the background stuff. You know what? What if I put background on like a different layer? So we go to like a canvas layer. So this is the background layer. And then just have this draw on its own layer, I guess. So go out here, go out here. How nice. And then have this draw. Lower values are drawn first, so This is just the background. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't know. Send it. This is absolutely horrible. Oh, but since it's drawing onto like its own background layer, then we can do something like this. Abstract screen layout is full rect, and then I think it should, because it's now using a canvas layer and some like anchor points. Yeah, then it'll just expand of its own accord, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So let's go to here. We need to up the move speed a little bit. And I think we also need to use delta. Oh, wait. I don't need to multiply by delta here, right? Because it's already move and slide. Move and slide already applies delta. What am I doing? So that was actually applying delta twice. Yeah. So now we're still like ultra slow, but that's fine. So move and slide. I don't know. Make this like 500, I guess. Take a look at that. They're so fast now. They're also way too close to each other. So unit spacing, minimum move distance, we'll call that 10. Unit spacing, we'll call it 50. Maybe. Something like this. I think they're a bit, they're still a bit too close to each other. It's making me a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, one of these, 100, double it. Yeah, look at that. And then pressing Q shouldn't do anything. That's good. What's the debugger error? Node get node. Okay, hold on. So in one of these, the background is incorrect. Is this abstract screen? Yeah, so this is background layer, background. Yeah, also I think we should reconnect this. Something seems wrong with this. Something seems wrong with my IDE, aka VS Code. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Look at that. They have a bit too much stutter step, I guess. Something like that. 80, so they don't stutter step as much. Probably turn down their speed as well. So like instead of 500, make it 400. So the minimum spacing between units shouldn't affect it too much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just tweaking values at this point. Is it the spacing that's messing it up? So if we turn it down to just 50 again, will they not do the stutter? Right? Yeah, no, they still stutter. Yeah, I guess you're always gonna have the stutter, so I need to build in some sort of I guess some sort of delay on the animation change. So don't rapidly flip between animations if you can help it. Okay. So let's get back to actually debugging correctly. Or I guess real debugging hours, whatever. So this is our test screen. We don't need this anymore. We can delete test screen. So goodbye test screen. It was nice knowing you. Go into here, press Q. It's not working. Alright, so we're still able to switch units fine, which is good. Yeah, okay, it's 2 was last in line, so now it should be 3. And then we can create a lot of space here and kind of force them all to try to keep up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we can set a breakpoint here and then just see if we can trigger it. God, this takes forever to trigger, by the way. Yeah, so it's not reading any of my inputs anymore. So let's see. Why is that? Why is that? So we go into combat screen, abstract screen, background layer. So filter, stop. That's why. I mean, it shouldn't be why. Maybe it was eating my input. That's my biggest complaint about Godot, is that it seems to pretty consistently eat your input. I feel like that's something that you should be able to toggle, or should be toggled off by default, but maybe I'm the weird one. So mouse input, ignore. Camera 2D, yeah. Okay. So now, unhandled inputs. If queued skill is not none. Wait. Yeah, it's primary action. So how do I queue up a skill, by the way? How do I queue up a skill? Where is it? It's in player line, right? Yeah, so if we do one of these. Start it from here. Yeah, and then we hit the breakpoints. Current unit queued skill is equal to skill 1. Sure. Step over. And we'll just go into wherever. Not sure what's going on there, but requested operation cannot be. It's confused. What's up with the debugger? The specified stack frame is no longer valid? That's fine. Oh no. That's a crash. What happened? What's going on? Alright, I guess we'll just restart Godot. Why are you like this sometimes? Why are you like this sometimes? There's just sometimes there's like a lot of instability. Granted, some of it's my fault, for sure, because I'm introducing a lot of instability myself. However, not all the time. Okay, so if we go into here, we should be able to start it, see what happens. Give it a little bit. That's fine. Send it. Okay, cool. Not sure what was happening there. Yeah. Now we actually hit it. Now it's actually listening to my input. Very good. Look at that. So you can see that my cursor changes from a mouse to a pointing sign. Very good. So let's go into. I've just been making all this stuff in like pixel edit, dude. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but that's how I'm doing it. Let's see, what is hammer? Oh no, we want probably something like. Let's just grab this and we'll copy it. What is even the color palette I'm using? Oh, hello, needle mouse. Hello, hello. I have taken a quake. What does that mean? Is that like is that slang for like you just dropped the solid off in the water closet, as they say? You know, did you give birth to a large brown snake, as some may say? Let's see. This is what I'm working on today, by the way. Needle mouse. Quake, aka I'm gonna take a fat E. Just don't really know what that means. What is a fatty? You kids and your slang nowadays, get off my lawn. Yeah, this is what I'm working on though. So you can see that you might recognize some of this. I mean, yeah. Si, senor. Oh. See, I pretty much guessed it. I pretty much guessed it the first time. Using my own kind of weird terminology from my yesteryears. Yeah, this is what we're changing it all to. Let's give this a save. So this is, let's see. I have memories of a game that looks like this. Isn't that just, it's just madness, right? These are just placeholders, by the way. It makes it easy for me to draw in or drop in new sprites because, you know, pretty much everything just kind of looks like this. And then, you know, if you want like a new shirt or something, you know, you just draw in a new shirts object. Yeah, but I think you're thinking of like Madness Interactive, the very violent flash animations. Big fan of that. Let's see, we'll call this, I guess a spear, maybe. All right. Also, I'm making pixel art in MS Paint. MS Paint. That's uncommon, to be sure. Not the most popular pixel art program. Screw ASE Sprite. MS Paint is the best pixel art program. I don't know. I'm using Pixel Edit, so I can't really talk. Can't really talk. Alright, so we grab this and this. I think these are like slightly off-white. Oh no, I should have kept that on screen, by the way. How big is this? Is that 7 or is that 10? Yeah, I know most people swear by ASC Sprite, but I think that's probably more if you are like actually good at art, which I am not. For example, this is what I'm about to do. Wee. Oh, hold on. Wah. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. What does a spearhead look like? Spear points look kind of like this. No, what am I doing? Bum, bum. Something like that. Kind of a diamond shape. I guess it should be thinner down the middle. Something like that. Oh, cheese. Oh, cheese, Rick. Something like that. Big chunky lines. I suppose I should make it a bit thinner, so let's just kind of, and we'll redraw over it later. My mouse. Look at that. It's beautiful. So it's a bit thicker at the back, you know, dump truck, etc., etc. This isn't really a torso anymore. This is more of just a layer 0. Layer 1, which is the color. Call this color. Built it from source. So I have no money. Gonna get on Steam when I get some money. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I think it is kind of cool that you are just able to build it from source. ASC Sprite, that is. It is a bit weird that they still like require money, so I don't know. I mean, they can do what they want. And if people are willing to fix bugs for them for free, you know? You're free to do with your time as you please. That's okay. Yeah, that's alright. Need to think about what I'm gonna use the rest of the strip for, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. I think I've also saved this in the wrong place, now I'm looking at it. Yeah, I saved this in placeholders, cut out human. So that's wrong. What did I call this? I called this base torso. Oh, that's not good. We'll need to get rid of that soon. This is actually spear. So we go into development. Oh, hello, boys JK. And I had to get some help on ASC sprite compiles though. It's kind of hard, but they deserve the money. It's amazing. Yeah. I think my biggest problem is that I'm not I'm bad at art. I'm bad at doing art in any reasonable amount of time. GitHub. It does look like people are. The second Google search for ASC sprite GitHub is one GitHub and then GitHub compile. Yeah, it is just written in C++ though. Yeah. Compiling stuff is generally a bit more difficult on Windows because Windows doesn't really force you to use the command line as much as other things. Attacks. Oh, I didn't save it. Wow. And it also sent me all the way back here. How are you doing, boys JK? By the way. I don't think I asked that yet. Yeah, so call this spear. Save it. Then I think I also need to do this really quick. Base torso. Send it. There we go. Close it. So there's our spear. I think that looks okay. Then we'll go into source, entities, attacks, spear thrust. This needs to have a sprite attached to it. So let's just load in assets, entities, attacks. Save a reference to this. This is a spear. It's very tiny. Or perhaps, no, it's just wrong. Okay. Let's see. How many H frames are there? There are 5. No. 1, 2. There are 5 H frames. Oh, it's on the wrong one. 4? 5? 6? Can I not count? I cannot count. Good. What about you? I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Doing all right. I guess got a new job that I start in like a month. Did you know that people in Europe, and I guess if there are any Europeans in chat, I guess get called out, but apparently in Europe they don't give 2 weeks notice. They give like 3 months notice, which is just absolutely insane to me. Considering that the US standard is like 2 weeks notice. So now I have like 2 weeks to do like absolutely nothing. Or I have like a month to just kind of bide my time at work. It's a bit strange. A bit surreal, as they say. I need to grab a color and drag it down. Hold on. What happened? How did I grab both layers? That was weird. Can you do this? Like, I don't want to merge both. Switch from VS Code to Visual Studio Community for Unity. I feel like a god now. I don't know. I'm not. I think back when I used Unity, I also used just regular Visual Studio. I'm not a huge fan of Visual Studio nowadays, though. I think I prefer the customization of VS Code. If only because I have several plugins. Or one, I like how light VS Code is. You know, I think the fact that I can open and close it really quickly is nice. That might be kind of a very niche thing to like about a piece of software, though. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, something I need to do is I need to go back to working on the the space tracker thing again. Because I'm really close, I think, to just being completely done. And I can focus on more fun things. It's something that's just kind of in the back of my mind. It's like, oh man, I need to get back to working on it. It's ugh. I love VS Code. I'm planning to use VS Code for things like hacks and Haxelflixel. I'm aware. Players are on 2. Ground is on 1. Yes. Right? Wait. Yeah, I think Hacks is okay. Hacks is okay. I don't know. I think Hacks is cool, but it feels like people only use Hacks and like the associated libraries and or engines. Like Haxelflixel is used mostly for Flash conversions because it converts pretty easily, I think. I know that there's a few big games like Dead Cells is made with Heaps, which is a Hacks engine. It looks cool, but it's just like I know too many engines at this point. You know, you need to limit yourself. Otherwise, you'll never get anything done. All right, so this one listens for 1 and 2. Yes. Okay. Or abstract attacks listen for 1 and 2, but they're not detectable by 1 and 2, if that makes sense. So the difference between a collision layer and a collision mask is that masks look for layers. And that's about it, yeah. A mask looks for a layer, and then you can exist on a layer if you so decide. So players exist on layer 1, enemies will exist on layer 2. Attacks will listen for layers 1 and 2. And I guess there'll be walls. You know what? Let's make walls 1. I don't know. And so, okay, so there'll be walls, which are on 1. Players, which will be on 2. And then enemies, which will be on 3. That seems pretty easy. And then I guess attacks will just be on 1, I guess? Why not? Might be kind of cool. So like if you could attack another attack, you will just cancel out or something like that. It's an interesting idea. And now we have Spear Thrust, and this is just absolutely ginormous. But I'm trying to keep the same line thickness for everything. Wait for it. My eyes. Sorry, so it's not spawning anything, which is interesting, because I thought I fixed that. I do like how all the units, they just kind of sway back and forth. Like the leaves in the wind. Yeah, I'm planning to use Hacks because its frameworks like works off Haxelflixel. Are you? I don't know. Aren't most frameworks are all pretty much the same at the end of the day, right? Once you've used one, I guess, object-oriented framework, they're all kind of the same. Or, you know, if you use a game engine framework they all kind of work the same, right? Prefabs are a bit different, whatever. How do you play the game? So what I'm doing is I am very slowly recreating this Game Jam game that you can play here. I'll drop a link in the chat. It's not very good, but that's because I made it in like less than 2 days. I thought I had 3 days. So you can play with the sound effects, but yeah. So it's I guess MMOs, or I guess MOBA style combat. MOBA style combat with MMO style skill casting, whatever. And so the idea is that you're trying to switch between units. Oh geez, I forgot how far he moves. So the idea is that you are trying to juggle between every single skill as quickly as possible to maintain, you know, maximum uptime. Can't play on mobile though. Yeah, I showed you this before. Yeah, but that's basically the idea, right? That's basically the idea. Yeah, unfortunately you can't play on mobile because I have not updated that thing, but we're getting around to it. Yeah, I'm rewriting it to use, I guess, fancier graphics, even though those graphics I showed you weren't too bad. And the biggest change is that I'm writing this in C# instead of GD scripts. There's only, you know, probably like the UI will be driven by GD scripts. Everything else we'll just do via C#. I think that I'm kind of moving towards C# for a lot of my Godot stuff, because I'm getting annoyed by the lack of static typing in GD script. Looks nice. Know you. Oh, you know what? It's because I deleted this script. It's because players, we need to have a player spearman.c#. Yeah, we need to have one of these. So using system, using Godot, and we'll namespace it as well. So this is party rotations, entities, players, public class, player spearman, which inherits from abstract player unit. Look at that. Okay. So really the only things that need to be implemented. One of the big things, or one of the things that makes this fairly easy, is that one, by the way, the code is open source. If you want to take a look at it or just use it for yourself, I don't care. But this is the Game Jam code. The C# stuff is unfortunately not open source because I think there's a good idea here. I just need to actually expand on it. But yeah, these are all kind of GD script files. So I think this is all right. This is all right. My eyes. So let's just create a new file. We'll just drop it in here. And then we'll just copy everything over. So I think it's thinking that it's Python, which is, oh no, it thinks it's Julia. What a weird language to think a GD script is. So there's a few things we can do. Let's see, player spearman. Abstract player unit should have a unit cooldown associated with it. Yeah, skill 1 cooldown. So, okay, we'll do public player spearman. Let's see. Actually, we don't need to call the... Does this have... Yeah. Okay, this is all fine. We can just do this. So skill 1 cooldown is equal to... I'm just gonna copy all my old values here because I thought those values are pretty okay. Skill 2 CD is equal to 5F. Let's see. I do like this syntax for the shorthand syntax for defining floats, as opposed to Godot which forces you to put a .0 at the end, so it doesn't get confused between an integer or a float. Because sometimes you'll have like a weird rounding error pop up. So, oh, sorry, we thought it was an integer instead of a float. Which is fair enough. Fair enough. What can you do with dynamic languages like that? Alright, now we need to do several overrides. So we'll just override the first one. Public override. Actually, is it protected override? Yeah, skill 1. So we'll do all of this stuff. And you can kind of see here, I'm doing the same thing in the old GD script code. Let's see. My eyes. But yeah, I think if you want to try out the code for yourself, it should run in, well, it says Godot 3.4. It should just run in Godot 3.3. So free and open source, Apache 2 license. So if you use anything, you just have to drop my license in there somewhere. And of course, I don't own any of the assets. They are Kenny.nl assets. But it was for the Kenny Jam, so. Let's see. I think in the ready function we do need to override the ready function as well. So call base ready, and then we'll have to cache several values. So we'll do this will be, call it a private packed scene. Call it spear thrust. Spear thrust. Private packed scene. Spear thrust. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then in ready, we'll do spear thrust is equal to GD load packed scene. Just drop that in there like that. How nice. So if you use other skills, right now they're just not implemented, so they don't do anything, but they do trigger a secondary cooldown. So let's see, how does this work? We'll do, this is an abstract attack. So using party rotations, entities, attacks, we'll create an abstract attack. Abstract attack. Since actually the spear thrust does not have any whatchamacallit, doesn't have a script attached to it, yeah. Right, so we can actually take a look at it here in the editor. You can see that it's just using the abstract attack script. Very nice. So I'm using several properties, so should apply damage, that should be true. And then in order to kind of make it move, we're doing some weird stuff here. So we just kind of wiggle it forward a little bit. I guess that's not far enough. Let's make it 200. Give it a little bit more oomph. Yeah. That's okay. So I don't know. Something seems weird about that. So easing in, out, and then this one should. So I guess it should just ease out. Wow. I guess that's fine. But yeah, so whenever you call abstract, or you instance in an abstract attack, it will try to run the default animation, which is run. And then that's about it, yeah. It takes care of everything else. You know, there's the associated damage, which actually is not implemented yet. Although, those are things that can be exposed, I think, like this. So we'll do Let's just start changing things. Yeah, there we go. And so if we force a recompile like that, look at that. Now we have damage 10. Look at that. How neat. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. So we'll do this. Bum bum bum. And then we need to set several global positions. So spear thrust dot initial position is equal to my global position. It's easy enough. And then spear thrust initial rotation is equal to yeah. I'm just copying this stuff over from GDScript. It's honestly like if you already have the code, and this is why, you know, I always kind of say it doesn't really matter, you know, which thing you make your game in, right? As long as you just make it. Because you can kind of see here, just translating between GDScript to C#, not hard. And if you're going between engines, then you need to figure out, you know, how they handle positioning and all that. But once you have all that down, it's not hard, right? Right, making assets, those translate from engine to engine, that's easy. Code, it's roughly the same. Structure, roughly the same, unless the engine you're using is just drastically different. But that is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. You know what? Abstract attack. I think this doesn't need to be an export var now that I'm thinking about it. This is all just kind of defined in here. Spear thrust dot lifetime is equal to, we'll call it 2. Why not? Call it 2. Has to be a float, by the way. That is one of the gotchas, is that if you type in floats in C# like you would in GDScript, this is actually a double, not a float. I think a double is double the size of a float, so it can hold numbers twice as big as a float. I think that's why it's called a double. My data structure foo is weak. Damage multiplier. But I think that this idea is pretty good. It's pretty good. Or at least this structure for like setting up attacks and all that. It's not bad. It's not bad. Alright, so receive damage. So this needs to be a dictionary of some sort of data. Yeah, and then we'll just pass in spear thrust dot data is equal to, hold on, using Godot collections, we'll call this a dictionary. Data is equal to new. This is a Godot dictionary, of course. Then we're using a Godot dictionary instead of a C# dictionary because Godot dictionaries are pretty loosey-goosey. So, you know, you can kind of just put wherever you want in them and it'll just work, which is why I'm using it. So this is global position. Global position. Yeah, because you can kind of see here that, you know, this is a string to a vector 2, but for things like rooting and stunning, so if in like a League of Legends kind of term, you know, this would prevent you from moving, rooting, and then stunning would prevent you from moving and acting, whereas pushing would just push you in a certain direction. Pushing requires a global position, whereas rooting and stunning just require floats. So you could just make this work with just a string to vector 2, and then you just need to remember that, you know, I'm just using one of these numbers in the vector 2 or something. But that's too complicated. Let's just use a very loose data structure like this that allows you to do whatever you want. How nice. You know, it does result in, I guess, some of your data structures getting kind of mangled. I think generally in languages like this, it would be better to just override. It would be better to just, not override, overload this function. So, you know, if you received a vector 2, then you would just assume that it's this case. If you received a float, then you would still need to do the switch case thing, right? But I guess we'll refactor that if needed. You know, that is the danger of moving between a statically typed language and I guess a language that allows for function overloading, whereas Godot does not, or GDScript does not. Lines add attack, spirit thrust. Yeah, so let's see if that works. My eyes. Not working. So why is that? Did I forget to save? That would not be the first time I forgot to save. Player Spearman. That's fine. I don't know. Let's just hit it with a GD print really quick. Hello. My favorite way of testing. Even though arguably it would be faster to just use a breakpoint, we're not gonna do that. All right. So it's not working. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. I mean, let's actually use the breakpoint now, and then we can start it from within VS Code. It hooks into it. And then, okay, so we can continue to set just more and more breakpoints. This should be firing. Yeah, so it fires here. Actually, no. Well, maybe. That's actually interesting. So this is a protected virtual void. This is also a protected, this is a protected override void, but we're calling the base implementation nevertheless. So I don't think we don't really need this too much, but we'll keep it on screen just because. Abstract player unit, this is also abstract player unit. So this is inheriting from abstract player unit. Case skill 1. That's a bit weird. Do I need to do this? There's no way, right? Override unhandled input. Please don't let this be the case. Okay, that's good. That's not the case. Alright. So I am firing off skills at a very rapid pace. Because I think... Is current input set... Something's wrong here. Player line. Where's player line? Unit animations, we don't care. Enemy unit, there's player line. So if action is pressed, and then if not, current unit is skill 1 on cooldown. And then if we go to abstract player unit, hello Ren, how are you doing today? Tonight? This fine day? Did you manage to set up your PR? I haven't checked. It's Doing okay, editing a video. Oh baby. Video editing. One of my least favorite things to do. I think I did it right. Let me see. I think you forgot the last part, which is to submit a PR. So I think you might have created a branch on your own fork, but you still need to submit it, and then I'll approve it pretty quickly, since you're just modifying a text file. Yes, I did see that you followed some of the instructions at the very least. You forked the repo. Nice. I was waiting for the PR, but it never came. I was very sad. Yeah, so I shouldn't need to do this. Protected override void skill 1. Then we call base skill. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think we need this piece of code. I need to see, like, where does this execute? So you can see I'm pressing Q. This is what I have. There's a little bit of weird hitching because they reach their expected point a little too soon. So what I think I can do for like the movement is I can kind of cheat it. So they'll stay in like the movement animation for a few extra frames, and then they'll go back to their idle state if they're there for a bit too long. So if I'm doing something like this, then they'll just stay in their idle state. Right? And we can switch. So I guess the cool part with this system is that, one, you can just switch to the very end. And since only the lead unit takes damage, I think this makes sense. It's an interesting system. IMO. So player spearmen. Oh, you know what? Is it because player spearmen aren't using the spearman script? Oh my god. They aren't using the spearman script. They're just using the base scripts. Of course. Alright, there we go. Send it. Get rid of this breakpoint. Oh, hello, Bangather. How goes the space FPS game? Yeah, I can't figure it out. GitHub is horribly confusing. Oh, geez. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Collision shapes are still on, so it looks really bad. Also, it's way too slow for how big everything is. Hold on. Run. Change this to like 400. And then... What does this look like? Bah. I don't know. 500? Let me make it like that. So the snap back is actually really like too high. What if we do like that? That's a bit weird. In, out. There's a way to do this. Wow. Here is what I see. Okay, what do you see? Yes. Head repository. Yes, there isn't anything to compare. Oh, right, because you need to... Ren, you need to click on this thing here and change it to your branch that you created. Because right now you're trying to merge master to master, but you don't want to do that. You want to merge whatever your branch was that has your change into OpenCFace master. Going okay. Grid mat spawning thing I wanted over the weekend. And been working on a few more items and ship generator things. Oh baby, ship generators. Is that like you're creating... You're creating like procedurally generated ships? Is that it? I do love me some procedural generation. I want to learn how to do procedural generation better, but it's not something I know too much about. I got it. I'm proud of you. Good job, good job. Alright. What's the easing I want? I think I want to ease out, right? Ease out. And then this one needs to be ease in. Wow. Is this, or no, I want this one to be ease in. I always get confused by which easings I need to use. I don't think this needs any easings. Maybe this one needs an ease out. Oh, actually, no. That looked okay. Wow. Oh, wish it was a little more obvious on how to do that. Wish. Oh, see, I inserted your change as I read it. How nice. All right, I got you. Let's do this live on stream. Hello. Updated credits. I believe this is you. Let's see. Let's make sure that you did everything correctly. Testing and bug reports. Sounds good. Oh, no, send it. First time contributor. Pop that cherry. He's done it. No, like generators, power and oxygen in the ships influencing rooms in the ship. Oh, so it's kind of like an FTL-esque thing. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I'm bad at FTL. I'm very bad at FTL because I think yo, remember me? Hydra Safi. We go way back. Oh geez. I don't. That one time you stole my lunch money? I think you got the wrong guy. I don't think I've ever stolen anyone's lunch money, but nah, bro, I know you. Yeah, see. There's no way I could steal your lunch money, because back when I was in school, we didn't have lunch money. We had lunch cards, so and you had to type in like your 522716. I still remember my lunch pin. Haha. So there's no way I could steal your lunch money. Unless I hacked your lunch card. But hello. Hydra Safi, how are you doing? And yeah, I'm bad at FTL because I think my problem with that game is that whenever there's a problem on the ship, I try to solve it immediately. But I think one of the things about FTL is that that's generally not what you want to do. There's like other things that you should be prioritizing. So like if you are, if you have intruders on your ship and you have a fire in what's it, cameras, you should kill the intruders first. Possibly. Anyways, my guy, you know your social security? Yeah, I know my social security. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. There we go. I also live at what's my address? It's 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington D.C. You should go break in sometime. What's that address? Just don't mind me. Just Googling something really quick. What? It's 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. FTL gets very complex. I'm not going that in depth. Yeah. I think games like FTL though are pretty cool. Although I understand you don't want to get that complex. There's other things you want to focus on. I get it. Show me the real paper. I don't. What kind of boomer are you? You still use paper? Writing things down on dead trees? Who are you? What kind of monster would do such a thing? Alright, let's create a new thing. This needs to be, I believe these are just are these 256 by 256? I don't know. Resize canvas? No. Resize tiles. Oh yeah, these are 256 by 256. So I'm just doing this because it's easier to do sprite sheets inside of a pixel editor. As we get closer to Halloween, please remember no stoner likes. Likes your kid enough to give away their edibles. That is 100% true. This is true. They're 256 by 257, then that's just just shoot me now. I clearly have lost my mind. If I'm creating 256 by 257 tiles. What's the one I want? Is it low spec 500? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's something I see sometimes, is that like, it's like, be careful of people giving your kids like edibles. And it's just like, what? You know how much those things cost? Like edibles are something that like, it's like if you want to play like a really bad prank on somebody, you'll give them like an edible, but like, this is like really, that's like a really rude thing to do. What am I trying to draw? I want to go multiplayer, so really just only worry about powering oxygen as the needs to make it easier to balance. That makes sense. Oh man, imagine a multiplayer FTL. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, give me your house or else I take your house. So that's good because I don't have a house. So go for it, I guess. Let's make a Skelly Man. What does a Skelly Man look like? It looks something like I don't know. One of these. Actually, you know what I do have? Instead of making a Skelly Man, a skeleton, we can just do this. We'll go enemies, abstract enemy unit. And then we'll just kind of construct a sprite out of that. Yeah. Your game while you're at it. Technically my game is already open source, so like if you want it, you can take it. So I've shown this off on stream before, but it's a game jam game that I'm currently rewriting in C#. So this is written in GD script. It's free and open source. So, you know, give that a whirl. That's also available on itch.io. So I am stealing my own code, but it's for a good cause. Let's... You know what? Something like this. Eggshell man. And this is going to be the sketch layer really quick. Yeah, yeah, dang it there. I think multiplayer games are interesting. I don't really know how to balance them. I think they'd be cool to make, but yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around finishing like a real game before I get started with anything like that. Yeah. That looks pretty good. All right, let's send it. So we'll need a few layers. We'll do, I don't know, there's like the hat layer. Or I guess like the head layer, the hat layer, hat. This is the hat. So we'll change the opacity. And then just redraw it one more time so that I have this to create like a cutout animation of. Bum, 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 bum. Very carefully with my mouse. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, next layer. This is like the body layer. And I think the body layer is gonna have a few more frames to it. Probably will redraw this a few times. Just so that the animation looks a bit better. So it'll be a combination. I pressed right click. I hate everything. Okay, let's do it one more time. So, I think the problem with my current mouse is that it's like half broken. So it's a Logitech G6. No, not G6, G600. Which means it has a numpad on the side, and it also has like an additional, like it has left click, right click, and then of course middle click on your scroll wheel, but then it has like a ring finger click on the very end. And so on my old computer, I used to have that mapped to something. But on this one, I don't. On this one, I don't. But because like I was trying to always mash that like a ring finger button so often, I think my right click is a bit too sensitive. Yeah, look at that. So this is face, this is body. Now what we're going to do, so grab this, no, yes, that's the face, grab the body, and then we'll redraw the body here. So drop this into sketch. This is on the body layer. I don't know why I'm keeping them on different layers like this, but just trying to make this slightly different. Yeah, something like that. That looks good. Okay, cool. So if we hide the sketch, and then hide, let's grab this. So on this one, get rid of the face and okay, yeah. So now we have our deconstructed little entity here, a little slime that's wearing a hat. So we'll, inside of Godot, then we'll put it back together. So you'll have your face layer, you'll have your hat, which doesn't really change, and then you'll have your body, which does. Yeah. I think I like this idea. I like this idea. Good job, me. Alright, so on the face layer, let's grab this, drop that onto sketch, go back to face, and then let's do like a yeah, I like that. I like that. Cool. So let's save this. This is under enemies. We'll call this one Slime Hat. It's a very good name. And you know what? Let's color it in while we're at it. Let's color it in. So face doesn't have a color. This one, body, let's make it like a greenish. Hats, we'll make it kind of an eggshell. It reminds me of like an eggshell. And then for the rest of the color, oh, you know what? We should do this on a different layer. As always. So this is color. This should be the lowest possible layer. So color, eggshell. Just color this in. So default is 7. Color this in. One of these days I do need to break out the drawing tablet. Yeah, something like that. I'm aware that I did miss a part of it. Right here. There we go. So go back to green parts. I guess we only need to trace the outside, huh? Trace. Yeah, so I'm not really using pixel edit for what it's meant to do. I'm mostly just using it to create sprite sheets, which is debatably what it's for, but I would say ASC sprite is probably a bit more suited to this kind of work. But I don't really feel the need to shell out more money for another drawing program. Alright, something like that. Yeah. You have your little slimy appendages. Slimes are like mostly green, right? Or is that just me because I played a bit too much MapleStory when I was a youngin'? So your green slimes, your blue slimes. A little bit of highlights at the tips. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, and then when you eventually combine them all together, I think it should be fine. So let's save that. We'll go back into Godot, abstract enemy unit. Let's create slime. So go into enemies, abstract enemy units. So this is slime hat, of course. Oh geez. I feel like I've been running into this problem more and more. Whenever you create a new node but you don't save it, it creates like a big node not found error. And the only way to get rid of that is to just save it, but I don't want to save it, man. I have other things I would like to do. So let's see. This is the slime body. So let's go this. I kind of dislike the way I've structured my directories, but we'll figure that out later. All right. And by later, I mean in my next project. This is never getting fixed. So 6. So this is the body. So we'll do boom, boom. That frame. And then the next bits. And since this is going to be cutout animation, I do need to slightly adjust the offsets. So let's do... Just... Don't mind me, I just... dragging my mouse all the way across my desk instead of typing in values. So let's duplicate this, parent this. So now we're doing cutout animation. Let's see. There we go. Okay, this is the hat. I think we'll attach it slightly differently. So the hat will be attached at... Don't... You can hear me just slapping my desk with my mouse. Just put it like here. Yeah, look at that. It's like an eggshell. So this is the hat. And then similarly to the hat, we'll have just the face. So bum bum. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that. What do you think? I like that. He's so cute. Face. And I think the offsets need to be, yeah, let's not let's not drag it again. Well, let's not drag it all the way this time. There we go. So let's just try to center it. There we go. This is the health bar. We don't really care too much about this. We can move it farther down, or you know what? We can do this. So sprite base, we'll just move this up. So it kind of fits in with the collision shape. So this is their movement box. That seems a bit big. And or it seems like we could move the slime down a bit, right? Sprite base. I think that's fine, question mark. Something like that. Yeah, because the slime is not the same as like a human. Yeah, although the human's collision box does seem a bit big as well. Should probably be like that. Anyways, yeah, that looks a bit better. The slime. Oh no, you know what? The reason why they're changing is because these things are using the same shape. Good job, good job, good job. Make it unique. So if I do... That should be inheriting correctly. Then I can change this one. This one needs to be unique. Make unique. You're about yay big. If I change you, does this change the player spearman as well? Yes. Change this back. Okay. Maybe not. That changes. This stays the same. Abstract enemy units. I can't tell since there's no frame of reference. Well, let's make the animations now. So there should be an idle animation. This one will be pretty easy. So idle animation. Unfortunately, in Godot, one of the things that I found is that you cannot create these animations at the kind of the superclass level, because then the animations will carry over to every other instance that will inherit from here, right? So if I were to create an idle animation at the superclass level, aka abstract enemy units, and I was to create like another enemy like ogre or something, right? It would have the same animations as slime hat, unfortunately. That feels like a bug, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. This seems okay, yeah. This is an okay position to stay at. Create 2 new tracks, yeah, sure, why not? Then hats, yeah, let's just keep everything here. What's the hotkey for this? Insert. Alright, and unfortunately I don't have easy access to an insert key. Or technically I do. Let's just be very careful about it. No, that's my delete key. Where is insert on the keyboard? I don't have a standard keyboard. Is this insert? Yes. He's done it. Alright. So now this whole repeats. So what do we want? We can kind of wiggle the hat, I guess. Yeah, let's just wiggle it. So like slight rotation. Very small rotation. Okay. Let's make this 0.9 loop. So we'll rotate. Oh geez. What's going on? Something like that. Something like that. Insert. And then at 0.6, we'll rotate back. Something like that? Does that make sense? Wait, no. There should be 1.2. And then boom, 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 boom. So wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, I like the wiggle. And then for the slime body, well, no, let's do the face first. So the face, this is pretty easy, right? We have our position, and then at 0.6, we can just move it down a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Insert. Beautiful. I think it looks like it's moving a bit too much, but that's okay. And then body. I think we'll do almost the same thing here. So we'll wiggle it. Probably forward. No, still not body. We'll wiggle you a little bit like that. And then at 0.9, we'll wiggle you back. I don't know. From a distance, that looks okay. Yeah, that's good enough, I guess. Let's create another one. This one will be the... Technically, slimes don't walk and or run, but I do need to satisfy both of those requirements. I wonder if I should just have... See... I was trying to standardize all the animations. So, for example, you can kind of see here that, you know, your unit has an idle animation, a run animation, and a walk animation. So walking and running are generally the same. And so what I tried to do is, you know, make everything just use the same set of animations. So that's clearly not, it's clearly no longer makes sense now that I've created something that does not have the ability to walk or run. It just kind of, what do slimes do? They just kind of slide, right? Is that what slimes do? I'm not a slimetologist, so I can't say. Let's do here, boom. And then at 0.5, probably like a 0.4, 0.3, we'll make this a 0.6 loop. Right? So let's do all the same stuff here. Oh no, okay, hold on. So body, we do need to save the frame. So that's your initial frame. And then for run, we'll do the same thing. Initial frame. Then in the middle, we change your frame so it'll just kind of wiggle between the two. So this is 0.6. So this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. This needs to be 0.8 long. 0.8, possibly. Because we need to flip between the two states a few times. to boom. Then this one. Flip back. That's weird. I'm into it. Alright, so what was this? This was 0.8. So we can just make it like oscillate, more or less. So let's go back. Wiggle. 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 And then this one needs to, this is wiggle forward, this is wiggle back. So wiggle forward, wiggle forward, wiggle forward, wiggle back. Yeah. He's so mad. Okay. Then hats. Similarly, let's start off skewed, and then at 0.4 we'll just kind of wiggle forward again. Or no. Wait a minute. So if you wiggle back, then you should actually be wiggled forward because of momentum, right? Then wiggle back, wiggle forward, wiggle back. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Then the face, does the face need to move? So the face is actually attached to the body, so you can kind of see the face just move with it. No, hold on. Grab the face. Yeah, one of these. Wiggle back. Wiggle forward. Wiggle back. Yeah. That looks okay, I guess. Could be worse. Could be worse. So that's run, and then I think we'll just duplicate this for move. So go to this, call it move. Very good. And then because I kind of have this implemented for, let's get rid of this as well, in the animations. So we go to, where is it? Unit animations. This is just my like animation enums. So there's a downed, so there's idle, which we have, walk, run. Technically we have no down just yet, but that's mostly just for player characters. Although I guess some enemies can be downed as well, and I might just use like the downed animation for like if they're stunned or something. Let's make a killed animation really quick, since I did build out something for that. So let's reset. Killed. Save everything really quick. All right, so I think the big thing here, oh no, you know what? I do need to go to idle. Set the face frame to this one. So we start, yeah, always start with this one. And then I do need to set this on every other track as well, just in case. And then killed. So we'll do, start off with this one. What is, oh no, he does not really he's bald. He has no hair on top. There's nothing underneath the helmet. So let's just start here. Boom, boom, body. And then I guess like we'll just kind of tween to this part over the course of probably like 0.6 seconds, right? So the face will need to go down, and something like that, right? And then also, we'll change the frame at this point. Wait, I've messed up. Did I not set the position beforehand? Am I crazy? Reset. Bring me back to killed. So this is, set these for face. And then here, boom. Something like that. at the very end, so you'll kind of okay. So grab the hat, move it down a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And then the body doesn't really need to move. But we can move it if we want. Yeah, there we go. That looks okay. It's a bit anemic and kind of sad. Let's do an ease in, and then this one should be. Wait, is that right? Probably. I don't know. Send it. So we do need to attach a script to this as well. So slime hats, boom. Slime hat CS, no comments. Misclicked, no comments. There we go. Save. Get rid of it after this. Let's see. So slime hats. And then, like, I guess the easiest way to really test this is to slap it into our combat screen. So let's go here, combat screen, bum, 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 all this stuff. I'm still using kind of the old background layer system, but just ignore that for now. So slime hat. Something's not right here, but we'll have to figure that out. I have 2 entity folders? Why? It's a little wrong, not gonna lie. Where is this saved? Save as. Yeah, this is lowercase entities. Where is this saved? Yeah, something is still referring to an uppercase entities folder. That's another weird thing about Godot, is that for some reason, like, file pathing is case insensitive. Like, it's simultaneously case sensitive and case insensitive. So if you want to change a file path, it's case insensitive, but if you're trying to load something from a file path, it is case sensitive, I think. Hard to say. You know, not sure. Anyways, slime hat looks good. Let's go. I need the abstract enemy unit up. So slime hat. Namespace, party, rotations, and entities, enemies. One of these, and then we'll need to inherit from abstract enemy unit. Right, and then abstract enemy unit, CS. Oh no, what was that? Abstract. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, that's more or less functional. So if I just do this, will it work? It's very bright. Oh, so for one thing, it's not playing any animation. So there is a script attached to it, right? Oh yeah, there we go. Now he's moving very slowly. Look at that. I think I need to have a debug label somewhere, so it's easier for me to see. Let's do that really quick. So we can add. Well, hold on, give me 1 sec. So let's open up a bunch of these really quick. So text scene, enemies, that's fine. Slime hat, enemies, that's fine. So these are the raw, like, Godot scene files. They're pretty easy to read once you, I guess, know what you're looking for. But there's a problem in one of these files that's causing, like, my folders to be duplicated inside of Godot. It's very strange. So I think I know where it is. He says as he just kind of aimlessly clicks through every single one of them. Is it palette software? No. Which other one could it be? That's weird. I think I probably need to just do like a grep and then look for a case sensitive grep and look for any like uppercase like folder name like attacks. Uppercase attacks, get out of here. Uppercase enemies, get out of here. But there's nothing like that I can see. Yeah. That looks fine. But it's one of these for sure. Yeah. I'm not sure. Not sure. Not sure. We'll figure it out. Anyways, abstract enemy units. So spacing, we can increase the values of most of these, especially like move speed. So the player, like abstract player unit move speed is actually pretty fast. It's 500. So let's move the defaults for this up to like 250, half. And then the slimes are pretty slow, right? So we can do one of these, like public slime hats. So this is our constructor. Oh baby. So move speed is equal to. Did I not save this? Oh, this is the spacing. Hold on. This needs to be 250. And then this we'll call it like a 200F. And then yeah, animation player, current animation to string, current animation should be idle. So abstract unit. Yeah. So this will work. Yeah, I commented out because it wasn't implemented yet, but now it should just play the idle animation by default. Look at that. He's just hanging out, living his best life, as they say. I wonder when he will, or wonder it will. Oh, look at that. He's so cute. And then he just stops, and then he also does not flip back to his original animation. How strange. So it does toggle between animations more or less random, or it's not animations, but it toggles between states more or less randomly. So let's see. Well, let's see if we can't figure this out. Well, so one thing. So for move, I think I got the answer for the difference between moving and running is that moving will just be a little slower. So 4, 4, 4. Wait. 4, 8, 12. Wait, this isn't right. This needs to be 1.6 so that this goes at 1.2. This goes at here and then here. But then it's really slow, right? Wah, wah, wah. That's fine, I guess. So I guess that's how you know whether it's moving or it's running. So when it's moving, it's kind of like a very slow wiggle, whereas a run is a very aggressive wiggle. I love it. Send it. Yeah, so we can just add more and more, I guess. Let's also change the background color because it's starting to hurt my eyes. Let's make it like a golden brown. I guess the next thing is to create like attack sprites, right? So we have a few assets here. Oh, you know what? Is it because of some of these things that are causing some of the things to be wrong? So this is .import. Oh, you know what? That's probably it, right? Like these are using old references to something. So this is probably using, maybe. It's possible. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is using lowercase. These are all using lowercase, so that's not the problem. I want to know what's causing this folder duplication glitch. Ugh. That's difficult, man. It's difficult. Is it you? Asset styles. No. Yeah, these should be fine. These are just styles, like UI styling. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. Screens. Oh, it's this one. It's this. You betrayed me. Save. You're not supposed to. Really should be careful when you're editing the main project file. Like that. Let's actually reload it. So party rotations. We got a lot of projects just kind of hanging out. The Godot editor also, should note, does not like being open on a very high quality monitor like this. Not high quality. It is a high quality monitor though. So high quality that I'm pretty sure that the delivery driver for the monitor the first time just like saw it and then just kind of stole it, I think. Because I never received it later. It was reported as missing a, you know, filed a complaint with Amazon, but you know how that goes. And by you know how that goes, I mean like it was pretty easy. Pretty easy. So some of these are a little wrong. What does randomized state give you? Yeah, I like this note by myself. This seems bad. You know, I concur, me. Because I'm just looking at this and I have no idea how this works. So enum to object type of enemy states. And then it gets the names of every single enum of enemy states for the length. Oh, you know what? There's probably a few states that I'm not. Yeah, I guess. Well, no, I am using all of them. I am handling all of them at the very least. Yeah. Although, this part you don't need, right? So whenever you call move and slide, you actually do not need to multiply your movement values by delta, right? Because move and slide calls those implicitly, which is, you know, that's nice. Does a lot of the work for you. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not gonna figure that out for a little bit until I actually implement like actual different states for the enemy to be in. Yeah, combat screen, we have the one slime. Let's add two slimes, why not? Just to make it as slightly more interesting, right? And then hopefully that doesn't crash anything, right? Just want to make sure. Okay, cool. So like it works, kinda. So he's walking. He's running. And then he actually goes back to a proper idle state. But sometimes they get stuck in their run state sometimes. Yeah, like that. You see, right? Sometimes they just get stuck in the run state. Sometimes they actually go back to their proper idle state. Like that. That's a bit weird. Let me see. What's the logic here? So this is handle state, and then of course, you know, to do break out the case logic into virtual functions so that there's like I'll have to call like an idle function, right? Or like you know, something else. So animations, idle. Current animation is not idle, then the current animation is now idle, and then we will play the idle animation. Yes, move is just using the walk. Chase is using run. Attack is using idle. Yes. And then this one is slightly different. So chase, they will just try to really get all up in your business. Whereas with move, they'll maintain a respectable distance. They'll be social distancing. Okay, cool. let's go into here. So inside of our kind of attack state, and you know what? Before we do that, I think it does make sense at this point to break these all out into virtual functions, so it's easier to override certain parts that we no longer want, right? And this is this is one of the things I really like about moving to C#, is that it allows you to do this, right? Where it's at least slightly easier to do this. You know, having multiple implementations for something, which is nice. And also, unlike GE script, which is interpreted, C# is either JIT compiled, just in time compiled. Don't ask me what that actually means, but more or less it's compiled. Anything more than that, I'm not really sure. And then it's also possible to ahead of time compile, which I do understand, right? Ahead of time compilation, it turns it into like basically native code, which doesn't need to be processed anymore. It just needs to be executed. Whereas JIT, I believe it's executed, it's like compiled at the same time that it's like interpreted, I think. And that's the big difference between JIT and AOT. And then the difference between JIT code and interpreted is that interpreted code never really gets optimized. So like JIT is slow the first time you run it. But then I think depending on your kind of profiler settings, it might try to optimize your code, or you know, it'll just skip analyzing your code and just run the native code that it generated. So it's slightly slower the first time, but should be faster like every other time. So in pretty much every single instance, it's generally faster than interpreted code. That's why I understand, at least. Maybe that's incorrect. You know, computer science nerds out there are free to correct me on that. Yeah, I mean, that's how the JVM works, right? Or is it not? Right, I know that's one of the benefits of, you know, or one of the things that you need to learn about JVM tuning is, one, if you have like a very short-lived Java application, it actually might be slower than just running like a Python script, right? Right, so that's why like a lot of performance testing for Java code actually needs to happen like over like a few hours at the very least. Preferably like an entire day or something. So that the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, has time to actually optimize the code to where it will actually be, you know, regular performance. Because usually Java applications, right, are long-lived processes. So like if you're running like a web server or something, or yeah, pretty much like a web server, you're managing a bunch of API calls or integration whatevers, you know, that's probably more what you want, right? Because, you know, over time the Java code will become, you know, as fast or possibly faster than native code, hopefully. I guess as long as you also factor in the benefits of writing Java code, which is, one, it's, you know, hopefully easier to learn. I can see that we're getting a few errors. What are the errors? Animation not found. Walk. Do I not have a walk animation, and that's why sometimes they just kind of freak out? Is that it? Oh my god. That's why. Why didn't I notice that before? It's walk, not move. Alright, you know what? I'll be BRB. I'm gonna refill my drink. Don't get lost. Hello, hello. I'm back. Balls. Indeed. Perhaps more than one. Why did my music stop? Okay, well. Thank you for proving me a liar. Actually, I forgot my drink. Hold on. Yeah, I used the restroom. Ugh. And then I forgot to grab my drink. Okay. Oh, you know I got a brown noise generator because I live in an apartment, or I guess at least apartment style, I should say. And you know, it's weird. For like pretty much my entire time in university, and then for 2 years out of, you know, into my first job, you know, lived in apartments, you know, easy, you know, neighbors, you know, respectable, I guess. Didn't make too much noise. And then after that, every single place I've lived in after that, it's just, you know, I don't understand what people do, right? Like, do you not, you know, do things? Do you just walk around in circles all day? I don't understand. So, but I looked into it, right? And something I think I've had like a misunderstanding about how sound works, which is to say, that I've always like kind of assumed that if you add more sound, you know, things will just get louder, but that's not the case, right? So if you have a sound that's 10 decibels loud, and you play another sound that is, say, 10 decibels loud, and that's very quiet, by the way, but this is just for like example's sake, right? So if you're playing a sound that's 10 decibels loud, and then an outside sound comes in that's also 10 decibels loud, how loud is it? Hint, the answer is not that it's now 20 decibels loud. The answer is probably closer to it's probably going to be somewhere from 5 to 15, because sound is just waves, right? So they interact with each other. So the waves can combine, yes, and become louder, but they can also be dissonant and, you know, disrupt the sound and make it a bit quieter. But they don't just add together, which is something that I guess didn't truly understand until, you know, this is one of these I was thinking about it on like one of my runs, and I was like, wait, actually, yeah. So I could get like a brown noise machine and try to like, you know, hide the sound of the constant pacing, you know. So I've been running that, you know, not on stream, by the way, because it is audible in the mic. It does kind of drown out the lower dulcet tones of my voice. What if C# is C but sharp? Not really. I think C# is closer to like C++ but sharp. But not even that, right? C# is like an entirely different beast. It has almost nothing to do with C except for like, I guess, some of the syntax, but so is Java. Java is C syntax. C# is C syntax, of course. Let me think. Not Python is not C syntax. Ruby is not C syntax. JavaScript is C syntax. JavaScript is also, by the way, not a scripting language for Java. It's just a marketing name. Interestingly enough, fun fact of the day, JavaScript should actually be called ECMAScript. Let's see, party rotations. Interesting, yes. I know a lot of very random things about a lot of topics. Go on, ask me anything. I have like probably like a 25% hit rate. Which is, you know what? Not bad, not bad. What if sharp is C? Sharp? I don't know what that means. Please elaborate. More information is required at this time. You know what is a kind of a cool language though? You should check out Bflang. Bflang is pretty cool. I want to learn this one of these days, if only because like the name is the name of the programming language is just called Beef. I like the name. I like the idea of just writing something and be like, yeah, what's it written in? It's written in Beef. But it's supposed to be like C# syntax, but like I guess C++ level memory management, which is neat. But anyways, #C. Well, there is Objective-C, right? And Objective-C is just, I don't really know how to read Objective-C. It's not really something I'm familiar with. Objective-C, Beef or Objective-C? Yeah, Beef. Have you seen their look at this. No, it looks tasty, dude. That's a good cut of what is that? It's not New York strip. It's what cut of beef is that? Do we have any butchers in chat? That's not prime rib. Like it has a little divot in it, right? So if we're talking like New York strip, that's like a kind of almost like a Y shape. Prime rib is usually also kind of a Y-shaped bone. What cut of beef has this kind of circular piece in it? I'm not sure. Probably asking the wrong person. I usually just kind of buy the cheapest cuts at the store. Or if I wanna get fancy, I'll get the, what's it called? The medallions. What's it called? Whatever they're called. Imagine a whole game programmed in beef. Well, I mean, this is like this language, Beeflang, is written by the former PopCap like technical lead, I think. Yeah, so like, it's made explicitly for game development. So, you know what I'm saying? So you could, and it does ship with like a demo game, which is just like Galaga, I guess. So attack complete. So if attack, if not, yeah. So if not, oh geez, if not is state locked. Then we'll do, what do we want to do if the state is not locked? Then we want to lock the state, right? And then of course we also need to go into abstract enemy unit. And then inside of randomized state, if is state locked, then we want to return. We don't randomize the state if the state is locked. If not, state is locked, then we'll do is state locked is equal to true. Yeah, one of these days I do want to try writing something in beef. Or you know what would be cool as well? Is Godot 4 is making it easier to hook in new languages to Godot. Right, so Godot right now, first-party support for GDScript, which is the in-house Godot scripting language, and also has first-party support for C#, which is why I'm using C#, but I've also written plugins for Rust, which is what this program uses. Look at that. Wrote this in Godot. How nice. Look at that. Wow. We can send you. Wow. Or actually, who was saying it? National. Yeah. So like Godot is really cool, right? It's one of the big selling points for me above something like Unity. Is because like if you need performance, you can get performance if you want, right? Like you can hook in C++, you can hook in C, which is just, I guess, just C++. Beef plus Godot, Bodo. Bodo. Yeah. And Bodo. which is you are anda bodo, as you are stupid in Malay and or Indonesian. Since you don't pronounce Godot, Godot. The T is silent. Yeah. Game manager RNG. Okay, so we can just we do need to hook up some animation stuff. Okay, that's not too bad. So we need to override this function. Protected override void on animation finished. So the base implementation doesn't do anything. So now let's create some attacks. What attacks would a slime have? And then this is where things start going off the rails. So we'll have, there's no attack animation. I heard you can use hacks in Godot. Yeah, you can. There are, I saw that there were hacks. Godot, there were hacks, yeah, one of these. I saw these before. I don't know why you would want to though. Yeah. It's not really hacks. It's like hacks compiled to C#, which is then linked into Godot. So there's like two, instead of just like the 1 degree of separation, it's now 2 degrees of separation, but it should be about the same performance anyways. Yeah. So that's cool. I mean, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of languages you can use with Godot, right? Like, if you've seen the news that Sonic Colors Ultimate for the Switch uses Godot as the renderer. Yeah. Yeah, they're abandoning GD native for GD extension. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, so it should be easier to use, but it does mean that a lot of the languages now need to be rebound to Godot. But I think overall it's a good thing, I guess. I think the big thing to remember is that I think if you found like GD native too hard, you're also probably gonna find GD extensions too hard. Like I don't really understand a lot of people's arguments with like it's too hard to use. Is it clunky? Yes. Is it hard? No. Right? Like if you don't understand like C++ now, you're not gonna understand C++ any better with GD extensions, you know? There's no accounting for human error. You can make it as easy or as hard as you want, but if the programmer doesn't understand the language, it's not gonna go anywhere. And that's my unsolicited opinion about it. Let's make a dash. So we'll have 2 attacks, I guess, for the slime. So there'll be a dash attack, so it'll just be... Let's kind of make it kind of weird, right? So let's reset. This is now our dash animation. Let's grab everything. There we go. So we have everything set up. And we also do need to remember to reset the frame, like so. Face doesn't really need to change. I hope they can make the visual scripting better. I've never done visual scripting before, and Godot's interest me. And also Playmaker. What's Playmaker? You mean Game Maker? Game Maker requires you to buy a subscription now, which is pretty much a death blow, in my opinion. But yeah, visual scripting, I don't know. Here's some more unsolicited opinions, but visual scripting is just bad. Like if you, I don't know, like what's your reading level? Are you able to read and write at a high school level? You know, then you should just learn how to program. Forehead. If you are, I guess if you can only read at like a middle school level, read and write at a middle school level or lower, then yeah, visual scripting is fine. But I mean, GD script isn't hard, right? And then, you know, once you start getting into more complex logic with visual scripting, right, it becomes, you know, unusable, in my opinion, right? Now, because at some point you start just, you know, making workarounds for making visual scripting work as opposed to actually making your game. Which is, you know, that's a bad thing. My reading level is a 0. Oh, okay, well, you know what? I suppose visual scripting might be for you. Although I am confused as to how you are currently working in Unity. Since Unity doesn't really have a visual scripting element to it, does it? I don't know. I've had to use visual scripting like once in my life for, I guess, work, right? For all my Salesforce people out there, I've had to use Salesforce flows before, or whatever it's called, in one of those low code environments, and that was absolutely horrible. I hated it. You know, low code, for really simple things, it's nice, but eventually, you know, you need real code. All right, you get things that are just not doable without real code. I think it does. I heard Playmaker is more used. What's Playmaker? I don't know what Playmaker is. Playmaker? Oh, it's visual scripting for Unity. Okay, I guess that's cool. I don't know. Visual scripting. Like, are you an artist? I guess that's like the next question. Are you an artist? I guess if you're an artist, it also makes more sense that you would be more interested in visual scripting. But if you're like a designer or a programmer, definitely. If you're a designer or 100%, like if you're a programmer, you should not be using visual scripting. Yeah, I'm an artist. Well, okay, there we go. If you're an artist, then yeah, I guess visual scripting makes sense, right? Because then you just need to make the gameplay make sense up to a point, and then you'll get like a real programmer to, well, I shouldn't say a real programmer, right? Like you can be an artist and a real programmer at the same time, but you'll get someone who, I guess, specializes more in programming to deal with that kind of stuff. So that makes sense, yeah. I guess that's the question I should have led with instead of bashing visual scripting. But yeah, if you're more visual focused or artistically focused, right? So you're more of an audio person or more of a visual person, then yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I think if you never plan on finding another programmer, then guess what? You are now also the programmer. So, just a word of warning is that visual scripting does not scale. Right. It works for a small amounts of cases, but once you start having a lot of things, it becomes too hard to manage. I'm trying to learn visual scripting for some enemies that aren't in much detailed in their combat or mechanics. I'll just try to code the rest more important stuff. See, that's the fallacy, is that you think that I guess that's an actual case, what will happen is that you'll create, like, each visual scripting thing you'll do will be an edge case, right? And so once you start coding like other more complicated things, you'll see that you'll need to interact with your earlier visual scripted enemies, and then suddenly it's no longer manageable, right? Because there's not really a great way to... Cannot fall out of switch from final. Hey, is this not how switch case works? Have I horribly misunderstood how this works? Oh, hit one of these. Okay, cool. Who knows? It can start a house fire, or an even bigger house fire. Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is mixing different programming styles makes it hard to change things later on, right? Where it makes it hard to share logic between things as well, right? Or it also makes it harder to read, since you need to switch, from reading, lines of code to just programming blocks. And those programming blocks, hide a lot of the complexity from you, which is good when you're starting out. But once you start getting into more complex things, that's a bad thing, because you don't know what it's doing. Coding without visual scripter. Yeah. I mean, you do what you like, right? You do what you like. Don't let me stop you from doing visual scripting. But that's just a word of warning. Is that there's very few cases where I felt like visual scripting was better. I think my opinion is that the faster that you get used to just looking at this kind of stuff, the better. The faster you get used to looking at code, the better, right? Because then you can start thinking about, because you, I'm trying to figure out how I want to make this attack work and try to explain a completely separate thought process here. Right, so when I'm looking at this code here on the right, I'm barely even reading most of it. Right? I'm really only reading the parts in green, and I'm reading like the first lines, and I'm reading the last lines. Everything in the middle I don't really pay attention to. Like, oh, like handle state, what does this do? It does some sort of switch. Okay, I don't care what it does. And then, okay, maybe I read, oh, okay, it's calling some sort of function. Okay, cool. You're just warning me from my own plans for disaster, and that's okay? Yeah, well, maybe visual scripting really works for you, right? I mean, you should give it a try, nevertheless. Unless it costs money, and then in which case you shouldn't give it a try, but... It's just a matter of what you want to focus your efforts on, I suppose. So if you want to focus more on art, then visual scripting is fine, I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, so what we want to do here is have probably a counter. So we'll do a private floats dash counter. And okay, I'm trying to remember, in C# you're supposed to do it like this. Yeah. Overwrite, I don't care. Send it. So dash counter, so once we hit this part, then we will... Actually, that's a bit tough, right? That's a bit tough. So how did I do it before? Who wrote this? What? How did I do this before? That's crazy. Dash and swipe. How did I write these enemy knights? So these enemy knights also do a dash, charge. So charge is charging. Charge to position. Huh? Oh. Okay. So it literally just does like a switch here. So you can see if not state locked, and then if it's currently charging, it does all this. So I can still do this in this function here. So dash. Okay, so charge to position. Oh, thank you for redeeming a hydrate. Let's drink 200 milliliters of water, just to make sure we don't die of dehydration. Also is good for your liver, unlike what I've been usually drinking. Here we go. I do like how the duck kind of like stretches out its neck when I'm drinking my water, because the face tracker doesn't really know where my head went, so it just tries to assume that like my head went way up to the top of the water bottle. That's what I'm assuming it's doing. I have no idea. I didn't write the face tracker. I just wrote the mappings. So let's see, dash. I'm going to just copy more or less my own code here. I think this is an interesting idea. It's not ideal, for sure, but it's probably good enough, which is what I strive for personally. Good enough. Let's see. So if is charging true. Okay, so we can have. Okay, so we can just have private bool is charging, or is dashing, is, what did I call it? Dash is dashing. So we'll initialize this as false. You know, it's weird. I think in Java you would almost never do something like this. You would try to do everything like this in the constructor, but I don't know. I guess in C# they said it's okay to do this as long as you're somewhat consistent. All right, well, inherited variables are set like this. Class variables are set like this. I don't know. What am I doing? Nobody knows. So let's see. Is dashing is now true, right? So this is on animation finished. So if not is state locked. And then here we can do an else if is dashing. Okay, then we can do there's not really any spacing. Yeah. We'll just set your charge position, right? So private vector to charge to position, which is, I guess we'll just initialize to a vector to 0. Why not? And then here we can set the charge to position, or a dash to position, I guess. Right, so this is a dash to position will equal, so luckily enough, every single unit has a reference to the current, I guess the current unit. So this is kind of a cheat, but you know how it goes. You know how I do. Dash to position. Why am I doing this? It's really just this global position, right? And then, yeah, that's it. What if you added ice into the game? What would the ice do? Technically, there's already ice in the game, right? So you can see here, party rotations, not here. Where is it? You can see here, dashboard, party rotations, run game. There is technically already an ice spell. So we switch to this guy. There's a fireball. That's pretty neat. There's whatever that is. Oh, that's poison gas. That's what I called it. I remember now. This one is just beef. That was the charge that I'm trying to re-implement. And then here's the ice. Look at that. Whee! And it spawns little like ice things behind it. Yeah. So technically that already exists. I don't know. What would the ice do? Please elaborate. So if global position does not equal dash to position, and then we need some sort of precision, I guess, right? What if we do if global position distance to this thing dash to position is greater than, we'll call it 1. So this will be our like dash spacing, I guess. So let's do const float dash spacing. So this is actually a private constant. So dash spacing is equal to just 1f. That will. This is something I try to avoid. Is right. Having, as they're called, magic numbers. Just in your code. So like, for example, this is a magic number, but that's fine because it's in the constructor. So dash space. If your current global position and the distance to from your if the distance to or the distance between your global position and your dash to position is greater than your dash spacing, which is 1f, then we'll do hit you with a move and slide. Let's see, this is a dash to position minus global position normalized times, oh, I need a charge speed, I need a dash speed as well. So private const float dash speed. So I said slimes were 200, they have a speed of 200, so then we'll make this speed like, I don't know, 400, 500. Seems fine. So dash speed. So move and slide, and we also do not need to do this kind of normalization with delta, because there's nothing that we're really we're really modifying here, right? Normalizing by delta is really for like normalizing your inputs, but move and slide I think already calls delta implicitly. So if you add delta into the calculation explicitly, then you're actually double calling it, double applying a delta. So else, let's see, we'll do is dashing is equal to false, you know, is state locked is equal to false. Let's see, what does attack complete do? Attack complete, oh, I remember. It's because you could I remember, so back in playtesting for the original, I guess, game of party rotations, right? Whenever you, I guess, had a unit or an enemy or pretty much any, yeah, so this charge attack would actually like one-shot your unit because it would collide multiple times. So it would push your unit back and then collide again, push your unit back and then collide again. And so pretty much like it would kill your unit in like 1 frame or 1 second, which is pretty cool, but also a little unfair. So decided against that. And that's what the collided units is supposed to do. So whenever you do an attack, we'll add units to your like collided units thing, and then, you know, we will not apply damage after that. So let's see. Let's add let's add an area to D. I'll add a separate collision shape for this. So this will just be just a big circle, I guess. Slightly bigger, of course, but not too much bigger, just a little bigger. Right, and this is your dash area, like so. And then here, we can do a public override ready. Please, public override ready. I desire code completion. Ah. Alright, one of the bad things about Godot and C# is that sometimes it just doesn't give you code completion for whatever reason. Alright, so we want to call the base ready function, and then we also want to grab your private area to D, and this is your dash area. And so this needs to be set in your ready function, so we'll do dash area is equal to get node area to D, and then this is just called dash area. Look at that. Who would have guessed? I haven't finished this drawing in 8 days. I feel bad now. Let's see. Oh geez. What is this? I like it. I like the vibe. I like the vibe. It's like a mix of like it's like anime but not. It has like the anime eyes, but like it's a very contemporary face shape. Pretty sick. It's a lot better than what I can do for sure. Are you gonna color it in at some point, or are you gonna keep it as a, I guess, more monochrome, black and white? Dash area, connect. So this is going to be body, what is it called? Body entered? No. Body entered, I guess. This, and then on body entered. One of these. I'm inspired by JoJo. Do you remember a character I love? Zawarudo. Zawarudo. Something, something. Go, 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 go. Talking about just random Japanese stuff. Gotten pretty good at reading katakana. And that's how I realized that actually, if you're just looking to like go to Japan and you just want to read nouns, it's actually really easy. Although doing black and white, I'm not good with colors, but I may try with colors. I like it. You don't need to if you don't feel like it. Don't feel pressured by me. You know, I'm just a person on the internet. Let's see, this is some sort of node. Body. Yeah, I'm also not very good with colors, but I'm also not great at drawing, as you can probably tell. Yeah, I think color theory is something I would really like to learn more about. All right, I used to have a few links about, you know, just random color theory stuff. I don't know where they all went though. Like there was, let me see. Hold on, I totally can find this. Hold on. Hold on. Was it in game dev, arts, color palettes? Is it this one? Yeah, something like this. I read something like this. It's like one color palettes, and it's talking about color ramps and all that. And I was like, oh, interesting. This is like, this is very complicated. And that's how you kind of pick colors. I was like, oh, interesting. Well, this is more for pixel art, but I'm assuming that a similar style of thinking can be applied to just regular drawings, maybe? I'm not sure. Is in group. Let's see. We have groups, player. And then also, and body is equal to line dot current unit. Yeah, so there's a few things that we have to do there. So the logic here that you can kind of see, I've just copied over from here, but translated over to C#. I don't know if this line will work. I know this one will work. So this is, we're checking to see if the body that we collided with is in a specific group. This is a enum that I have. It's just groups. It has none, player, and then enemy. So nothing should ever be in the none group. And if something is in the none group, then you know that we've hit a bug somewhere. And then here, I'm just copying over more of the GD script stuff. So if not body dot name. Wait, can you do that in C#? I don't think C# has in. Yeah. So you had to do one of these. Private. This is going to be some sort of list, right? So let's grab this. System, collections, generic. I do think it's kind of weird how C# you don't get to import specific like classes. You just have to import the entire library. Although maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. I think C# supported that. Yeah. Is that like a Dragma? Possibly like a Sugma as well? My favorite Pokemon, Sugma. Have you heard of Sugma? Possibly kind of like a Pushma? Don't worry. I'm experienced. I know these for the most part. Okay, buddy. Now I know these. You can't get me. I am not the one who gets got. You are the one who gets got. You're not locked in here with me. Wait, no, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in, yeah, okay. Anyways, I've actually never seen that movie. I'm a poser. Collided. Yes. How old is that movie? Yeah. What movie is it? That's what movie is that? That's Watchmen. Yeah, with Rorschach. And that's from the scene where he gets caught and he's in prison. And then he just absolutely burns off that other guy's face. Fun times. I was not allowed to see it because I think it was rated R. My parents were like really against me seeing anything too violent. It might corrupt my youthful brain. And look at me now. Possibly more corrupted because when I went to school, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Let's just go wild. Try to get as much experience as I can with everything I was not allowed to do when I was a little younger. And so, RIP lungs, etc., etc. So let's do something a little dangerous here. This is now an abstract unit. Hold on. Boom, boom. Body dot receive damage. All right, so this will actually null pointer possibly, but that's fine. So let's see. Private const floats. Let's see. This is like dash damage. Dash damage is equal to 20F. I played COD when I was 7, I think. I remember seeing Bride of Chucky on TV when I was like a year younger. What's Bride of Chucky? Is that another Ligma? Did I get got? Let's see. Attack effect, push, and then we'll just pass in the goal position. Oh, you can't do that. All right, hold on. We can fix this really quick. So let's do one of these. Hooray for function overloading. So receive damage, float damage, attack, effects, and then this is just a vector 2. So this is data. And so similarly, we'll just do this times damage reduction. Chucky is one of a series of horror movies, mostly known as Child's Play. Is that like that's like Goosebumps? Is that like modern Goosebumps? I'm not familiar. Switch effect. So in this switch case, we'll only really handle attack effect push, and then pretty much everything else will be an error, but unhandled attack effect. Yeah, I don't know. I remember that when I was in like 3rd grade, we were watching like a Goosebumps movie, and I was such a baby back then. I was so nervous. Oh, I could barely bring myself to watch it, and I was like in school. And like the teachers was just like, Tim, are you okay? Do you want to like leave the room while we watch? I was like, nah. Especially not since you like called me out. My like little, how old was I in 3rd grade? I don't know. So long ago, man. Receive damage, boom. All right, so this works now. On body entered, blah, blah, blah. And then we need to have like an attack complete function. Chucky is a killer doll, where previously he was a serial killer, but escaping into a toy store, he got shot and fell with some good guy dolls, and the last minute choice he decided to transfer his soul into one of the good guy dolls. What? What? What are you talking? What are you talking about? Switch state counts. What does switch state count? And then randomize state. Yeah, okay. So on animation finish, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this part is where we can start unsetting a lot of variables. So this is collided units, clear. And then I think we also want to call randomize states. Since now our state's no longer locked, we're no longer dashing, which means that we can get out of the attack state, and also because we call randomize state, we'll never go back into the attack state, right? So is state locked? What do we do here? We want to play animation player, play dash, and let's add a to do here. To do, add other attacks. After his soul was inside his doll, his new owner Andy suffers some events where people die and he has to defend himself as a little kid. Sounds enthralling, to say the least. I'm very interested. Haha. totally. Anyways, let's see if we can get some of these things to actually attack. So we can see we can flip between units. So if we go here, we can flip to the very last one. Flip to you. They don't take damage just yet. Kids shows don't really do too much for me, I'm gonna be honest. Chucky dies at the end. Oh no, spoilers. Oh look, it worked. I didn't even notice. And now he's oscillating. He's oscillating. Oh, it kind of worked, I guess. Sometimes they get stuck though, which is kind of weird. Chucky dies at the end, but don't worry. He's resurrected in the second movie as in comes back again. Oh, baby. You know you gotta milk it for sequels. Who doesn't love Chucky? Everyone loves Chucky. Even I know Chucky. Yeah, totally. Didn't just learn about him just now. Dash spacing. Let's call this like 10. Maybe like a, yeah, let's call it 10. Something else for these that I need to do is similar to abstract player unit, abstract enemy units, these need to have some way of flipping their scale. Okay. Dies again, comes back again. Have you seen all of the have you seen every single Chucky movie? That's what it sounds like. Are you some sort of super Chucky fan? Needs to suck death to her girlfriend and she dies and turns into a killer doll. Alright. Seems a bit weird. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it a day for now. Hold on. Get status. Get add all. Get add. Hold on. Oh no. Hold on. Get restore. Hey. Okay, get restore. Get status. I've messed some things up. Get restore staged assets. Get restore. Get restore. Hold on, did I break something I shouldn't have? No, this is fine. They both die and get resurrected and meet their son or daughter. What are you Jesse, what the heck are you talking about? It's like the ramblings of a madman. What is this story? What were you on? Are you okay, sir? Blink twice if you're in need of assistance. Restore staged source. Alright, so we're good here, right? More or less. Oh no. Yeah, some of the casing is a bit weird. I don't know. Gonna be honest, probably not a movie I'm gonna watch. But I'm glad that you're giving me the plot synopsis at the very least. I'm glad that you're giving me the plot synopsis. Alright, hold on. Something's wrong with my Git. Actually, are you ready for this? Git restore assets. Git restore staged. Assets. Hey. Git restore staged. Source. Git remote v. Alright. You're gonna hate. Anyone who knows how to use Git is absolutely gonna hate this. But this is the easiest way to fix it. Chucky's still a doll. Jump scares the son and daughter. And in the next movie. Alright. We're still on this. This is like the this is like the Friday the 13th movies where we just get even more ridiculous as the movies go on. Isn't like in Friday the 13th like 9 or something like that? They go to space? Isn't that something that happens? Alright, so git init. Git remote add origin. Alright, so what I've done is because my Git history was all broken, I just deleted my entire Git history. And now we're just gonna add everything. Git add ignore. Re-init Git history because of folder casing changes. Alright, so this is something that you should never ever do. Chucky at the end gets sent to Andy's house and he ain't a little kid anymore. Dude is grown as heck. How many of these movies have you seen? What? Are you okay? Are your parents just like forcing you to watch these movies? It's like, you've been a bad child, Needle Mouse. Guess what? We got a new movie for you. You better enjoy it and write a 3 million words or more essay on the plot of the Chucky franchise. Is this what happened to you? Oh, I need a push force. Push force. Look at that. I fixed it by just absolutely destroying the history. Huzzah! It works. You hate to see that. So now there are no commits, but the folder structure is fixed. I'm very sorry. Chucky gets shot with a shotgun by Andy, and holy god, he doesn't die. His head is on a plank and is tortured by the elder Andy. What? You know, I'm enthralled by the story, but I think there are a few problems with it. Is this supposed to be like a horror story? Guess what happens in the next movie now? All right, hit me with it. Take a wild guess. He comes back, and he gets a new body. Where he transfers his soul into Andy. Did I guess? Did I do it right? Does he transfer his soul into Andy? Does he take over Andy's parents? What is it? Does he take over his dog? That would be pretty sick. There are multiple Chuckies. All right, that's a lot worse than I was. I think if he took over his dog, that might be like actually like concerning. Like, no, don't kill the dog. There are multiple Chuckies inside of a mental hospital. That's weird. Mental hospital is kind of a cop-out, to be honest. Anyways, I think I'm good hearing the tale of the Chucky series. Anyways, I'm going to call it a day for tonight, for now. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I will be live tomorrow from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. Working on this. I could stream. Oh, I love your WCW. Also, thank you. I love your WCW for the follow. Much appreciated. I do have a Discord in my description if you want to join there and you know, ask for help on whatever, or you have comments on whatever open source projects I'm working on. So for example, if this is an open source project, if you are a streamer, this is my own kind of home-world version of stream avatars. Has a lot of stuff. So like, you can turn things upside down, which is definitely not a bug. You can make him a duck. You can randomize him. Also work on this sometimes. Newest release is 5 days ago, which has pretty much everything you see here. So, you know, that's cool. So you can use a transparent background. You can turn off anti-aliasing. You have presets, so you can load in things like this, which is pretty cool. Wait for it. Please don't crash. Neck is broken, but just you need to press spacebar. So, supports everything. Pretty cool. Do need to adjust the light a little bit. Have a bunch of options for all the stuff. So, Friendly Potato Stream, that's available on GitHub. This OpenCPace GD, also available on GitHub. Yeah, you know, if you haven't already, give the channel a follow. Yeah, I guess you want to find someone to raid who's doing Godot streaming. Since I see that there's an okay amount of people here. Let's see. Browse. Let's look for Godot. Who else is doing Godot? There's me. Oh, there's only 3 people streaming Godot. Okay, let's raid Wyatt. I've never been raided by Wyatt, but I have raided Wyatt a few times. So hopefully one of these days Senpai will notice me. Anyways, the reason why is because the previous video there's a new protagonist, but I'll continue my dang story tomorrow. Yes, I'm a Chucky fan, I've seen everything. Oh my god. Anyways, thanks all for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern time. Join the Discord, give me a follow on Twitch, give this project, OpenCPace, a star on GitHub. I don't know. Alright, goodbye. Send them.